Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Clay Loves Logic, where on this channel I solve logic-based Sudoku puzzles I find interesting. Said in my last video, I took a long break. I do apologize for that. I got very busy and hectic. I didn't have enough time to solve puzzles. I wasn't even solving them on my phone. It's pretty brutal, honestly. But I'm back. I'm having fun. So I've warmed up. I did a puzzle already. Let us have a crack at this one. This is called Greater Than or Equal to 3 by Evan. I'm sure I'm saying that correctly. As always, I'll put the link to this puzzle in the description of today's video, so you can try it out if you'd like. But for now, let's look at the rules. This is a little intimidating. This is not quite a miracle Sudoku, but close. A miracle Sudoku is one with basically nothing in the grid. This is basically nothing in the grid. Okay. I don't know how we're ever going to resolve these three boxes. Okay, let's think. Let's read the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Now, what that means is you have to have the digits 1 to 9 in every 3x3 box, in every row, and in every column. Any two orthogonally adjacent cells must have a difference of at least 3. Orthogonally adjacent meaning side by side, not diagonal. These two cells are orthogonally adjacent, as are these, as are these, as are these. These two are not orthogonally adjacent, they're diagonally adjacent. Killer cages. Digits in a cage must sum to the number in the top left corner of that cage and cannot repeat, of which there are only 4. And apparently, that combination of rules is enough to solve this puzzle. So, how do you make 8? 1, 7, 2, 6, 3, 5. 3, 5 is a difference of 2. These two cells are orthogonally adjacent, so they can't be 3, 5. They have to be 1, 7, or 2, 6. And I'm going to claim, thinking about this 15 gauge. So let's think about a 15 gauge. How do you make 15 in Sudoku? Well, 6, 9, or 7 and 8. Well, I can tell you right now that 7 and 8 do not have a difference of 3. Precisely 6 and 9 do. And that means the 6 is not being used in the 8 cage, nor is the 2. So this is therefore a 1, 7 cage, which will give us our first digit, because 9 minus 7 is 2, and 7 minus 6 is 1, neither of which are a difference of at least 3. This has to be a 1, this has to be a 7. This could then be a 6 or 9 in any order, it doesn't matter. But let's do the same thing now with this 13 cage. And how do you make 13? 4, 9, which could only work in this setup, because 9 minus 7 is 2, so 4, 9. 5, 8, which is a difference of exactly 3, which is fine, but it doesn't work with a 7. And then, of course, 6, 7 doesn't work because many reasons. So, in fact, this is a 4, and this is a 9, and we get a few digits. Okay. And now we just stare at the grid, I think. I think we just stare at the grid, don't we? We just stare at the Sudoku and think, oh, where do we go from here? Well, I think it's going to be this digit, probably, because there's only a few digits that have a difference of at least 3 from 7, right? There's no high digit. 8 and 9 don't work. 6 and 5 don't work. 4 only works. Well, 4 would work, but there's a 4 in the row. 1 works, but there's a 1 in the box. So this is just 2 or 3 for whatever that's worth. And I don't want to claim that it's worth very much at all. These 3 digits, well, they can't be 7 or 8, but they could be, oh, geez, they could basically be anything else. Where do you put a 7 in this box? None of these places. That's it. Okay, this digit then. Maybe let's think about this digit, because whether or not this is a 6 or a 9, we couldn't put a high digit beside it, because 6 and 9 are spoken for, so 7. 7 couldn't go here 8 anyways. Neither could 8. So this is a low digit from from 2, 3, 4, or 5. Now this could still be a 6 if this was a 3 or a 2. Okay. What about 12? Maybe let's look at this box. So 12, 9 and 3 works. 4 and 8 works. And that's it. 5, 7 does not work. Okay, well, knowing that this one, knowing that, the same logic we apply here, let's apply it to both of these squares. Because one of these squares is 6, one of these squares is 9. Regardless, we couldn't have a 7 or an 8 here. So these two digits also have to be low, don't they? Because if this one's 6, this one's 9. But no matter what, where do you put 7 or 8? It can't be here or here. So these two digits have to be low. They could be from 1 this time, though. But I want to then claim that these can be from 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Obviously, whatever one is 6 will be more restricted, but what is next? And it's going to be... I'm actually not sure what it's going to be. This digit here has to be high, doesn't it? Because it can't be 2 or 3. It can't be 5. It can't be 6. Ah, okay. Well, this digit is then just 7 or 8. And then this one here, it'll have almost the same logic, but it could be a 1, right? It can't be 2 or 3. Can't be 5 or 6. So this is 1, 7, or 8. This digit could be anything, basically. That's not going to be it. Okay, well, let's look at this again. And now these two cells, of course, also have to be from 1, 2, 3. Oh, they can't be from 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 5. Now, I'm just going to color them briefly just to think. We know that all three of these are different. But these two don't have to be. They could repeat. They could certainly repeat. This could be brown or orange, and this could be tan or brown. So I don't think that's particularly helpful. And then this could be brown. So what do we think is next? What about this digit? This should have somewhat similar constraints in that it can't be 1. Okay, well, this digit, look, we're going to get a 2, 3 pair, aren't we? No, we're not. This could be 4, right? Because of the 7 here, this is not a 1. There's a 1 in the cage, in the box, rather. So it could be 2, 3, or at most it's 4. That is true. And then let's kind of, this will kind of walk like it'll almost act like a German whisper where there's some sort of polarity, right? Where now this digit here, the largest this digit can be, or sorry, the smallest this digit could be is a 5. It could be a 5 if this is a 2 and only if this is a 2. So this could then be 5, 6, or 8. Can't be 9 and it can't be 7. If this is 5, 6, or 8, what is the options for this digit? This digit could be 2, could be 3, could be 4. The biggest it could be would be 5 if this was an 8. And then this digit here, well, it could be 5, 6, or 8. Oh, and then beautiful, because there's a 6, 9 pair that I'm so foolish I totally forgot about, which gives us a 5, 8 pair. And now this puzzle gets to move a bit, because now we have a 5, 8 pair, and we have a 2, 3, 4 triple, and a 6, 9 pair. And let's think about that for a moment now, because I'm going to claim that this digit has to be an 8, doesn't it? Well, first of all, a 5, 8 pair here means that 8 and 4 come out of here, and this is a 3, 9 pair, which means this can't be a 3. But what did we say? This could be a 5 only if this digit was a 2. If we think about German whispers, and I know that this is a difference of 3, but you could think of it sort of like a German whisper or a Dutch whisper, where there's this sort of, min max and this sort of polarity of digits, right? High, low, where 5 is going to only work if you can have 2 digits on either side of it that are a difference of at least 3. And how do you have a difference of at least 3 with a 5? Well, you need to have a 1 and a 2 on either side of it. That's the only way it works. but the one's already spoken for. So this just has to be an 8, which means this is a 5. And as soon as this is a 5, this has to be a 2. As soon as this has to be a 2, neither of these digits get to be 2 anymore. And as soon as they can't be a 2, oh, this can barely be a 6. Oh, just barely. 3, 6 would still work. Okay, well, that is now going to start to be interesting, and I feel like we've made some actual progress. This is an interesting puzzle. This is really an interesting puzzle. We need to contend with where a 1 could be in this box. Obviously, it's not beside the 2. I feel any of those could be a 1. We'll need a 4 next, which could not be in either of these positions. 4 could be in one of 2 positions. 5 is spoken for. We'll need a 6, which can't be here because it's beside an 8. It can't be here. 6 is in one of 2 positions. And then 7. 7's not here, nor is it here. 7's in one of 2 positions. So this is a 6-7 pair. Those are the only spots you can put 6 or 7. And then that's all the digits. So then this is actually just a 1 and a 4, and we get those for free. And as soon as we get that 4 here, that forces this to be a 7. And as soon as this is a 7, this is a 3, this is a 6, this is a 9. 6. Okay. Wow, this is a really good puzzle, Evan. My goodness. And just like that, we have a 2, 3, 5 triple, and this puzzle is absolutely moving. Really surprising. Really surprising. I was quite nervous staring at this. What are these 3 digits then? Well, I can just tell you that this is a 6, can't I? Because pause the video if you can't see it. But this is a 6, right? Because this is a 4. So this can't be a 6. And this is a 6-9 pair. We get to place a 6 here. That's free. 2 more digits. We'll need 8 and 9, of which I don't really believe. Oh, beautiful. For the same reason that this is a 6, this is an 8. Because this is a 9, because we can't put 6 or 9 there. And now, beautifully, this, this can't be a 5. We have a 2, 3 pair. This is a 5. This coloring is totally pointless. This puzzle is absolutely flying. As soon as we place a 5, we get to place a 9, because 6 isn't a big enough difference. This is now a 6. This can still be a 3 or 4, doesn't matter. So can this. This can be a 2 or 3, doesn't matter. Oh, this. 5 minus 3 is 2. This is a 2, this is a 3, this is a 4, this is 3. And this puzzle is beautiful. Wow, okay. Awesome, awesome puzzle. What do we need up here? We need a 2. Can't be there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 5. Not here nor here. This is a 5. 2 and an 8. So this is an 8. This is a 2. Across here, we need, what, a 1? Can't be there. One of these is a 1, 2, 3. A 4 can only be here. So this is a 1. This is a 7. This is an awesome puzzle. I absolutely love this puzzle. This is just an absolute joy to solve. Wow. 4 somewhere up here. Where will it go from here? I guess we probably need to work off the fact that we have this 13 cage, just to, eliminate some digits. This will have to be a digit that is at largest 6, right? And, well, 7, 8, 8 are spoken for. In fact, okay, well, all of these digits are low. These are the digits 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, and 6. That's all that's left. So this digit here is going to have to be high, right? Because it's going to have 2 low digits. Or could it be low with 2 high digits? 5 and 6 with a 2 and a 1 is possible, versus 1 and 2 with a 5 and 6. Okay, actually, that's not conclusive yet. But what I can tell you is wherever you put this 4, it has to be beside only a 1. So neither of these can be 1. That is true, actually, right? Because 2, 5, and 6 are not close enough. So one of these will be a 4, 1 sort of pair, if you will. And now, if you have a 1 here, you can have 5, 2, and 6. Okay, that's still fine. But again, we can sort of start to use that in the fact that what could these digits be here? Could this be a 6 reasonably? If these are a 6, these two digits have to be, well, they can't be 7 or 8. This could be 9 if this is a 6, and then this could be 3. Okay, maybe that is not where we turn our focus. Sorry, bear with me. I'm just trying to find sort of the more interesting dude. Maybe a 5's pretty interesting, actually. Because what do you put beside a 5? You can't put a 1 because the 1 here. So 5 could have a 2. You can't have 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. So actually, that's just 2, 8, or 9. And if that is 8 or 9, this has to be a low digit at largest 5. Sorry, at largest 6. Well, actually, there you go. Look how beautiful that works with this 2 here. Imagine this. If this isn't, yeah, okay, these two are gonna play off of each other a bit, I think. Let's just play this out in our head for a second. Let's assume this is a 2. Where do we go from there? This is 5, 6, can't be 7, 8, or 9. If this is a 9, which is the largest, what do you put in this middle digit? You can't, because of this 2 here, you can't put a 1, you can't put a 2, you can't put a 3, you can't put a 4. You could put a 5 or a 6, but no matter what, this could still be 2, 8, or 9, and this could be 5, 6, 8, or 9. But what that means is this digit all of a sudden gets to be a little constrained in the fact that now this could be 1, 2, 3. It cannot be 4. Could be 5. And that is the biggest it can be because of the 8 here. It can't be 6, 7, 8, or 9. So now, how does it work? This is starting to be interesting. First of all, it still works. If this is a 5, this could still be a 1, 4, 7, or 8. If this is a 1, this is 7. If this is a 1, 7, 4, 8. Almost interesting. Knowing that this is a 2, 3, or 5, this digit here then has to be, well, the smallest this is 6, 7, or 9. Can't be an 8. Okay. Fives seem interesting, right? Because 5s have a decent amount of constraint. This 5 here, well, we know it can't be a 1 actually, because we've already said that the 1 has to be beside the 4. So this cannot be a 1. Two's possible. 3's not possible, nor is 4, nor is 5, nor is 6, nor is 7. 8 is possible. Wow, this is just 2 or 8. And how does that intersection work? If this is 2 and this is 9, 5 or 6 is the only thing possible here. If this is 8, obviously, then we could go anywhere up to 6. So this could be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not going to pencil mark that in. Well, actually, you know what? If this is 2, this is 5 or 6. If this is 8, again, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, but it's not a 4 because of this 4. So 1, 2, 3, 5, or 6. How does that work with a 3? This digit here. This digit cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. This actually 3 is pretty powerful. This digit is 6. It's not 7. This is 6, 8, or 9. And the second that this is 6, 8, or 9, this can still be 6. That is unbelievable that this could somehow be 6. This could be 9. But we do know this is going to be a low digit. This is going to be 2, 3, or 4. Sorry, it's not even going to be 4. This is only 2 or 3 because there's a 1 here. And with a 6, it's only going to be 2, 3. And it certainly couldn't be 9. Oh my, it could be 9. It could be 9. It could be 9 in the most bizarre. It could be 1, 6, 9. That is unbelievable to me. Wow. Okay. Somehow that's possible. What do we consider for this digit? This is not 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, or 6. Sorry, it could be 5, couldn't it? It's not 1, 2. It's not 3 or 4. Could be 5. It's not 6. Could be 7, 8, 9. In fact, the 9 does have to be somewhere here. Okay, so this has to be a high digit. So this digit is high. This digit has to be low. Could be 1. It's not 2. Could be 3, could be 4. That's it. Wow. And then this digit. Assume this is as small as possible. We're going to minimize this. We have double ones. I mean, this can just be 4, 6, 7, 8. Wow. This is insane. Wow. I feel like I'm just not getting something because it was moving so quick for the first third. I suppose that's the nature of these puzzles, though. Let's consider this 4. It's not. God, could be a 1. It's not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could be a 7. Nope. Yes. Could be a 7. Could be a 9. That's it. This is complete. Those are all the options. What does that tell us? I'm going to pause this for a second and think. I actually have to respond to a text. I'll be right back. Okay. What am I going to tell you about this puzzle and how am I going to solve it? Let's look at this 9 now that we have a larger deal of the puzzle sorted, because at the biggest value we would have is a 6 here. And that's going to be interesting because we have 1, 2, and 6 spoken for, and 4 actually. Okay, that's maybe something worth saying. So this cell here, what could this be? Well, it's not 1, it's not 2. It could be a 3, can't be a 4, could be a 5, but it can't be a 6. This is capped at 3 or 5. And 3 and 5 are both very interesting digits in the context of what they can be friends with. Because there is a world where if this is a 5, this is a 1 or a 2, which is fine, but 1 and 2 are already spoken for. So if this is a 5, this has to be a higher digit that is only 7 or 8. And did we just get a 7-8 pair? Let me think. If this is a 3, what do we put beside it? We can't put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. This can only be a 3 or a 5. Let's make sure we're correct in this logic before we move on. But this digit here, it can't be a 1, it can't be a 2. It could be a 3, but it can't be a 4. It could be a 5, it can't be a 6. And then it can't be a 7 or 8. That's too close to 9. This is a 3 or 5. We already know that this can only be 7 or 8 because, again, it has to start at 7 because of this 4 and this 1. This has to be 7 or 8. There's 9 here. This now has to be 7 or 8 for the same reason that this one's 7 or 8. When you have a 3 or a 5, if you have a 3, you have to start at 6. And 6 is spoken for. This is a 7-8 pair, which gives us a 1. finally, we get another little piece of the puzzle. That's then interesting, isn't it? Because that makes this a 5. And we can remove 5s from here. This now can't be a 6. This could be 8 or 9. But no matter what, 8 or 9 can't be beside 8 or 9. So this is then a 2. Uh-oh. We have a 2-3 pair that we shouldn't have. Are we not fully pencil marked? 1, 2, 3. Hold up 1 second. Let me just make sure we're not doing this incorrectly. What are we missing? 7, 8, 9, 3, 6. Uh-oh. 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9, 3, and 6. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. This digit here, 3, 6 is fine. This is a 3. This is a 6. This is then not a 6. Oh, it's a 9. This isn't a 7. This is an 8. This is an 8. This is then a 3. That's got to be, yeah, that's correct. Got carried away with the improper or incomplete pencil marking, but that is correct. This is not a 7. This is not an 8. This is 5 or 9. And then going up here, we just have 4, 5, or 9. And that is then interesting because 4 and 5 are both beside each other. So the high digit has to be on the outskirts or in the central position, which means this is a 5. This is a 4. And we said earlier, the 4 has to be beside the 1 wherever it happened. So this is not a 1. And in fact, it's not a 2 either. This is a 5 or a 6. And the second that this is a 5 or a 6, well, first of all, there's a 5 here. But the point is then this has to be the low digit. This has to be a 2. So this has to be 5. This has to be an 8. And now we remove 2s and 8s from all of these. And now this can't be 6 anymore. So this is a low digit, 1, 3, or 5. Down here, this will be able to resolve by way of what do we need? We need 2 and 6. Well, this can't be 2, so this is 2 and this is 6. Up top, 1, 2, we need 3, which can't be here. So this is a 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a 7. Certainly that's the case. Look at this, 5 can't be 3 or 4. So this is a 1. This can't be a 1 anymore, nor can this. So this is only 7 or 9, which means this can't be 7. This is 4 or 6 exclusively. 3 or 5 still works. 6 or 9 still works. 3 or 9 still works. 6, 3, 9. Yeah, that still is fine. Oh, but this is a naked single, isn't it? No, it's just an incorrect. It just can't be a 5 anymore, actually. 3, 6, 9, 4, 7. Yeah. 3, 9, 6, 4, 7. That's correct. This digit here, it's going to not be 1, 2, or 3. So it's 4, 5. It can't be 6, 7, or 8. It's and it's not 4 because there's a 4 here. This is only a 5. Brilliant puzzle. Working our way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a high digit, and it's not 6, 7. This is only 8 or 9. These two. Let's consider what we need. Somewhere in here there's a 2. It wouldn't be here. Somewhere over here there's a 2. A 3 also is not here. And then 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 6, which is not here. Okay, that's interesting. Look at that. 6 can't be here. 6 can't be here. 6 can't be here. Because this is 8 or sorry. Get ahead of myself. Well, actually, look, it can't be 6 because there's 6s. This is just a 6. So this is a 2, 3 pair, which makes this an 8, 9 pair. Yeah, that's all fine. That's acceptable. That works. What are we going to need working our way down here? This is 8 or 9. So down here, well, look at that. Where do you put a 9 in this box? There's already a 9 in this box. So via Sudoku, this has to be a 9. Then therefore, that's the 8. Working our way down, we just need 2 digits. 1, 2, 3. We need a 4, which is neither. Yes, that's the 4. And then this is 5, 6, 7. This is 8. Over here. Well, we can't put a 3 down here, so this has to be the 3. Forces this to be a 2. What are these two digits? 1. Well, 2 somewhere has to be here. Can't be beside the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has to be a 7. Over here, we need a 1 somewhere. It has to be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what's left, and it needs to be there. These 3 digits. What do we need? 1, 4, and 7. Oh, this puzzle's beautiful. Look at this. 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. It just ropes. 1, 4, 7, 1, 4, 7, 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8, 1, 4, 7, 1, 4, 7. Wow. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful puzzle. This has to be a 2 because it's beside a 7. It can't be a 5 or an 8. Now this has to be a 7 because it can't be beside a 1 or a 4. It's too low. This can't be a 4, so this is a 1, so this is a 4, so this is a, well, this is an 8, because it can't be a 5, so this is a 5. This is just beautiful. This has to be a 1. Beside a 5 and a 6, can't be 4 or 7. This then has to be 6. Over here, we need just a 4, so this has to be 7, so this has to be 3, and this has to be 9. Wow. Wow, 64 people have solved that puzzle in 18.6 hours. Greater than or equal to 3 by Evan, 30 minutes, 48 seconds. I love that puzzle. What an absolute treat that was to solve. Wow. Beautiful puzzle, Evan. Great, great job. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Everyone, please consider liking and subscribing if you haven't, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks again.